So this episode will be a little different because I've been meditating every day, and one of the things, sort of meditating, I guess, I think I've referenced this, I went to the psychic school, or the School for Psychic Studies, last year around this time, and I went to a class called The Power of Trance. And one of the things that we learned about was trance speaking. That's a big umbrella. And under that, one of the things is trance philosophy. So like spirit is speaking through you about whatever wisdom they feel called to share at that time. And I had some recordings of that. And so I thought that would be interesting to put out as an episode. And I will give an explanation of how I get into this state, I guess sort of what it feels like, just anything that I can think of someone asking questions about at the end of the episode. And I included a spooky door slam because that doesn't usually happen. Where my ADHD does not manifest in forgetting to close doors. My mom's does, but she wasn't home when I did this. And okay. Follow the tension that makes you want to grow. Follow the tension that you hold inside yourself to find out why you haven't been able to grow in that part of your life. Follow the tension to finally be able to let it go, because only you can let it go. When you follow the tension to the root, it shows you what lessons you need to learn, what core value you have to work through, what you can learn from your ego. You already know more than you give yourself credit for. Your body can be your guide through these lessons. You feel the tension in your body, and you follow it with inquisitive questions, with curiosity. And it will show you how to move through the lessons of this life, the way your soul needs to grow, the way your soul asked to grow in this life. Remember all the ways that the ethereal touches the physical. Remember that there is so much more to life than just the physical. They interact with each other, yes, but just because you can't see the ethereal and you can see the physical doesn't mean the ethereal has less value. Doesn't mean it matters less. Another way of looking at tension is a way that you're holding yourself back. Where you feel tension is where you're not willing to accept something. Where you feel tension is where you've been playing small. Where you feel tension is where you haven't been allowing yourself to shine. To grow. Or it can be where you've already grown and physical reality has to catch up. Because the spirit moves faster than the physical. And so sometimes reality, including your own body, has to catch up. Tension is a beautiful thing. It can show you where you've already grown and where you need to grow. Where you haven't been allowing yourself to grow. Where you've been holding on too tightly to the past version of you, version of a relationship, version of your life, holding so tight. It starts to hurt. Tension is asking you to tell the truth. Tension begs the question. Tension can lead the way to your truth. I think we get caught in tension because when we feel it, we hold tighter. When we feel it, we tense up even more. When we feel it, we hold everything back. But I think it needs to be soft. It needs to be handled with a delicate touch. If you have a knot, it doesn't do well to pull the strings tighter. If you want to unravel it. If you have a knot, you have to gently, firmly massage it and work out where the tangle happened. Slowly, slowly, slowly. If you try to go too fast, if you try to move too fast, you skip through most of the ways you need to grow. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Moving at the pace that feels right for you will show you all you need to know. There is no way for you to plan the future. You have to make the present look like you want. when things don't pan out the way you thought it would, it brought you somewhere still. It wasn't a failure. Sometimes you follow one path to bring you to another one. I can see you all doing your best. And I can see you all trying. Sometimes something interrupts us, and that interruption is exactly what we needed. There's something so beautiful about being moved so much. You cannot make your way following the footsteps of others. When creating something new, everything looks terrifying because as humans, scared of the unknown. When you're in a flow state, when you're moving with spirit, the more things that you can align, the more easy it is to get into a flow state. The more blocks you can move out of the way, the more limitations you can release yourself from, the more lies you can stop telling yourself. Letting all of that go, you can go into the flow. When you know which way you're going, you have to keep focus on the main idea. Although the distractions are more of the story than you would think. Focus on the lesson. And find your overarching theme that is present through most parts of your life. Your overarching purpose that will be relevant to every part of your life. And you find this with what makes you feel good, what lights you up inside to share, what gift gives to you and gives to others. The best thing you can be is yourself. That's all we've ever wanted. For you to love and accept yourself and help yourself grow, nurturing. All of your gifts because they are yours and they're special. And you were given them for a reason. Okay, so that was a lot more sped up, or no, I usually cut out a lot of thinking pauses in these episodes, but this one, I mean, it's already moving. It was already moving pretty slowly, but this one, I really cut out a lot of blank spaces. Spirit takes a long time to think. No, actually what that is I am struggling to stay in the trance state because it's not easy. But so how you get into this altered state, you sit like you would to meditate in a comfortable position where nothing can really disturb you, because if that would bring you back into your body and bring you out of the altered state. And so how I kind of see it in my head is there's like a circle of light around me. Like this is what happens at the beginning. There's like a circle, kind of donut of light around me, and I make it bigger and stronger and brighter. And then I ask Spirit to come close, not out loud, always in my head, but I ask Spirit to come close and, in this case, speak through me. I'll ask if I'm doing healing. I'm like, Spirit, can you please come close and give everyone I love, or think of like the long list of people that I love, send them healing, or I'm gonna give it myself. At Spirit School, I got a reading called a spiritual assessment, and in the reading she told me that I was a born medium and that this was like where I belong and what I was meant to be doing. And so I feel like this is also kind of me trying to bring that more into my life, this whole process, like the podcast and not going back to the boats. It's just been like me actually trying to give time and attention to the things that I actually care about, because if I don't, who will? They're not just going to find me. And so I thought it would be interesting it feels like a good step to put this out there like this, because it's what I care about. It's what I'm interested in. And it's some good little tidbits, I think. I don't really remember what was said. I don't remember what was said. And on that note, I also offer tarot card readings for anybody who wants one online. And if you wanted trance healing, we could do that. And also the summary of your Saturn return and how that could manifest in your life, the parts of your life that are undergoing the strongest changes. Because we're all about to start that if you're around my age, 96 to early 98. And I know I've got a storm coming. I already feel it. So if anybody wants a preview, I can help you out. And I have my collages for sale. Super cheap, fun little thing. My best friend has hers in her slideshow. I saw it in the wild a while ago. That was great. And also, I'm going to ask this in a prompt on the episode, but how would y'all feel about the other regularly scheduled, or more by the program episodes being a bit longer, like about 25 to 30 minutes instead of 20 to 25, although I've been really trying to stay at 23, but I feel like the episodes have been feeling really rushed. And so I think about making them longer so that then they can have the same amount of information. Okay. I think that's it. I love you. I hope you're having a great day. I hope life is treating you well. I hope you're getting good rest. And I hope you have peace. Good night. I'll talk to you next time.